Week 12 of the EIHL is all done, so it's time to take a look at what happened, the week's top performers, and some of the standings and stats. Week 12 started on Wednesday when the Steelers hosted the Devils at EIHL Sheffield, where goals from Jonathan Phillips and Levi Nelson helped the Steelers to a 2-1 win in a game that on another night could have seen a lot more penalty minutes. Then on Friday, the Caps welcomed the Panthers to town, and despite going 2-0 down, the away side took the win after scoring 3 unanswered. The same fixture started off the weekend, but this time the Capitals took the points in a 5-3 victory, Trevor Girling scoring 2+2 along the way. In Manchester, the Storm raced to a 4-1 lead against the Clan, but Brarehead were able to dig deep and come back and win 6-4, Alex Leavitt scoring a hat-trick for the Clan. The Steelers and Devils played their second fixture of the week, this time in Cardiff, and it was a game that left Paul Thompson furious as the Devils won 6-2 with help from Joey Martin, who scored 2+2. Saturday finished off in Fife, where the Flyers hosted the Giants in a cup game, and Stephen Murphy had to stop just 14 shots to keep a shutout in a 3-0 win for Belfast. The reverse fixture, also in the cup, got us underway on Sunday, and the Giants were victorious, winning 3-2, led by a couple of goals for Mike Radja. In Coventry, the Storm were in town and again ran out to a 4-1 lead, but unlike against the Clan, they did not slip up and took away a 5-3 win against the bottom team, with Zane Kalemba making 43 saves in the process. The Steelers played their third game of the week at home to the Clan and were unable to take a second win, the Clan making it a 4-point weekend with a 2-1 victory, Chris Holt coming within 3 minutes of a road shutout. The week was finished off in Dundee, where the Devils travelled to play the Stars, and it was the Scottish side who took the win by the odd goal in 9, Riley Wetmore scoring the winner with 5.5 to go after the Devils had tied it up earlier in the third. 2 goals on both Saturday and Sunday mean that Guillaume Doucet led the league for goals last week, Alex Leavitt from the Clan and Vinny Scarzella of the Storm just behind him with 3 each, Leavitt scoring that hat-trick while Scarzella grabbed 2 against the Blaze after scoring on Saturday also. The Devils player coach Andrew Lord led for assists as he helped to set up 5 goals over their 3 games, and his teammate Andrew Hotham was behind him with 4. It was also Cardiff Devils players who led on points, Doucet with a couple of assists to go with his goals, giving him 6 ahead of Lord, who had 5, and is joined by Joey Martin and also the Capitals' Trevor Girling. Quite a few players found their way into the referee's bad books over week 12, led by Levi Nelson, who accrued 27 penalty minutes, all in the first game against the Devils, where he got a game penalty for charging. In the same game, Zach Fitzgerald received a match penalty for checking from behind, giving him 25 pims on the week, a number matched by the Panthers' David Clark and Devils' Trevor Hendricks. Clark given a match penalty for checking from behind, while Hendricks built up his minutes with a host of roughing and fighting penalties. Ben Bounds was kept on his toes during his 3 games, making 77 saves, though Zane Kalemba made 69, averaging just under 35 a game. Stephen Murphy led in just the 2 goals against the Flyers, and this sees him top the other goalie stats, highlighted with a save percentage of .951. Chris Holt knuckled down after conceding 4 quickly on Saturday, and ended the week with a save percentage of .928, which puts him second behind Murphy. The top of the table, while almost all of it actually, remains unchanged after week 12. The Panthers and Devils level on 26 points at the top, but Nottingham with 2 games in hand. The Giants didn't feature in league action but remain in third, 3 points off the pace, while below them the Caps lead the Steelers and Stars, all 3 teams on 19 points. The only positional change in the table came from the Storm, as their win over the Blaze saw them leapfrog the Flyers, who didn't play in the league, to go 8th, though they have played 4 more times than Fife and 6 more times than the bottom side Coventry. In the EIHL Conference, the Devils and Steelers recorded wins over each other, giving them both a couple of points, and this has seen Cardiff move above the Giants into second, once again level on points with the Panthers. The one game in the Gardner Conference was that Clan comeback win over the Storm, and it has seen the Clan go above the Storm and leave Manchester bottom, despite the fact they have played the most games in the conference. The Giants and Flyers finished off the remaining Cup group games against each other, and Belfast's 4-point week means they finished top of Group A on 13, while the Flyers remain unchanged in 4th, taking the last quarter-final spot. Here's a quick reminder of how Group B finished, which means we now have our quarter-finals set, and they are as follows: Belfast vs Manchester, Brarehead vs Nottingham, Cardiff vs Dundee, and Sheffield vs Fife. No dates are currently set. In each fixture, the higher seeds have the option to play home or away first. Let's have a look at how teams are performing home and away now, and the Cardiff Devils have the best home record in the league, having taken 100% of the points available in the 13 games played in South Wales. The Panthers' average of 1.8 a game puts them second best, and it's interesting to note that both teams have conceded 26 at home, while the Devils have scored 58 to the Panthers' 56. The Storm are on the opposite side of things with just 0.8 points a game at home, while the Blaze aren't doing much better at 0.9. Away from home, the Giants are the league's best with 9 wins out of 14 and an average of 1.3 points a game on their travels. The Devils take a point a game on average when away from the tent, while the Panthers are the only team not to have a negative goal difference away from home, having scored and conceded 20. If you're taking a road trip to support the Blaze, it's best to go in with low expectations. Coventry have just 1 win away and have scored only 12 times. Moving on to special teams, and despite only managing a power play of 13% for the week, the Devils are still the strongest in the league, playing with the extra man, scoring at a rate of over 26%. The Giants grabbed 1 goal on 5 power plays against the Flyers and are second on this list, while the Blaze scored 1 in 4 against the Storm to move into third. The Steelers once again had a tough week, failing to score on 12 opportunities, but the Steelers fans can take heart, maybe, in the fact that they were joined on 0% for the week by the Panthers, Clan and Flyers. On the other side of things, the Devils still hold the league lead, picking their penalty killing percentage up to 86% after stopping 13 of 14 chances against them last week. The Clan stayed second after keeping a perfect 100% in week 12, a feat that was matched by the Capitals, Giants and Stars. The Blaze led in 1 of 3 power plays against them and now have the worst PK unit in the league. Only 1 goal for Ryan Hayes in week 12 means that his lead for goals scored has been cut to 5. He has 22 goals on the year, ahead of Guillaume Doucet, who has moved on to 17 after scoring 4. For assists, it's the Cardiff Devils who dominate, as Andrew Hotham leads the league with 25, ahead of Andrew Lord on 24 and Joey Martin on 22. Derek Walzer didn't add to his tally on the year and is now 4th with 20 assists. Always bear in mind that stat corrections take place, and this can see the assists changing greatly. See Jacob Johnston's fluctuating total earlier this year for a prime example. Hayes is still top for points on 37 for the year, but Joey Martin is now just 1 behind on 36 after his 5-point week. The other 2 members of the Devils' deadly trio are behind him in 3rd and 4th, while Matt Career of the Storm is the only other player to have reached the 30-point mark so far. Trevor Hendricks is now top for penalty minutes, his antics during the week moving him on to 127 for the year, while not much else changed in the top 10. Mika Wiegman's lead at the top of save percentages took a hit after he didn't have his best week against the Capitals, but he's still unlikely to be challenged anytime soon. Holt's fairly decent performance in goal has seen him move second here ahead of Ben Bounds, who kept at below .900 last week. On goals against average, after Mika Wiegman, it becomes a tight contest between Tyler Plant, Ben Bounds, Chris Holt and Stephen Murphy. Week 13 starts this coming Friday with 2 games as the Stars host the Flyers and the Steelers host the Blaze. 3 games on Saturday where the top of the table clash is probably the highlight of the week as the Devils host the Panthers. On Sunday there are 5 more fixtures as all teams are in action, including the Panthers-Steelers derby, again, and the Capitals hosting the Stars in a Gardner Conference battle. That's it for week 12, thanks very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this review, please like and share and subscribe to see more Elite League reviews in the future. There won't be any reviews for the next couple of weeks as I'll be away from the office, my house, and actually enjoying the Blaze in action, or should that be suffering it? The reviews will be back for week 15. Bye for now.